Happiness itself is not an experience in the body. It has an impact on the body, which is experienced as a flow of pleasant sensations. The pleasant sensations come and go, but the happiness itself is not a pleasant sensation. It is the nature of consciousness, which is revealed when the layers that obscure it dissolve. And when the obscuring layers dissolve, the ever-present happiness shines. So we think that happiness is a state that comes and goes. Happiness is not a state that comes and goes, any more than the blue sky. It's like when we see a little hole in the clouds, and then the clouds cover over it, and then a hole in the clouds develops again. We think, oh, the blue sky is an object that comes and goes. Its shape and size is varying all the time. Sometimes it's present, sometimes it's not. Sometimes there's a lot of blue sky, sometimes there's a little blue sky. No. What we're describing are the shapes of the clouds, not the shapes of the blue sky. The blue sky is always there. It is revealed to a greater or lesser extent when the clouds begin to thin. So happiness is the blue sky, the presence of consciousness, which is more or less obscured by the mind.
In some people, the happiness aspect shines more brightly. In other people, it's the peace aspect that shines more brightly. In others, the love aspect shines, or the humor aspect shines, or the clarity aspect shines. So different characters. I'm not talking about teachers. I'm talking about anyone who has recognized their true nature, that there are these different qualities that shine more or less depending on the particular character. But just to go back, if you look back in your life, Jacques, just go back in your memory to the 5-year-old boy and the 10, 15, 20, 25, etc. year-old man, and just picture numerous moments in your life when you have been happy. Think of the 5-year-old boy on the beach, and he's happy because he's given an ice cream, or because he's paddling in the water. And then the 10-year-old boy is, ice cream doesn't do it for him anymore. He's happy because he gets into the local football club. And then the 15-year-old boy is happy because he falls in love for the first time, or whatever it is. So all during our lives, there are these moments of happiness, and each moment of happiness seems to have been caused by a different object, relationship, or state. But the actual experience of happiness itself, every time it was experienced, was it a different experience? Is there an ice cream kind of happiness, a football club kind of happiness, a falling in love kind of happiness, a my first job kind of happiness? Or is the happiness itself, the actual experience itself, not always the same? But once we realize that happiness is not dependent on circumstances, we don't have to wait for the right circumstances to access it, because we access it simply by going to our own being. That is the experience of happiness, just knowing our own being. It may appear more as peace one day than happiness. Same with the experience of peace. It's always the same experience. Same with the experience of love.